background and also some insights on the ancient wisdom, combining both of them. Don't not saying one is better than the other, something like that. So we have the privilege of scientific advancements, and also we have access to the ancient wisdom, which I'm very fascinated about. As a scientist, when I look at them, they have amazing principles of living and also on mind and consciousness. Hello, Kate. How are you? So, okay, I started all the channels, and I'm going to go and get that article. 1 second, please. Take your time. Yeah.
What part of Iowa? That's all. That was my question. You can ask it when he comes back.
Yeah. I'm in Clinton, Iowa, Kate. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I got that article, Awareness and Thought. So Kate was asking where I'm in Iowa. I'm in Clinton, Iowa, Kate. So River City on the Mississippi. Nice, very green town at this time because we are the river city. But later on, we will be, immersed in snow and ice. But we have got used to it, so I kind of enjoy that too. Um, so welcome everybody on the wisdom and also on the other channels on the Restream, YouTube, LinkedIn, and everywhere. So this is an article I wrote this afternoon on this awareness and thought. I thought I'll put my thought to some kind of assembly. Then people can see it goes on like a what is conscious thought, what's the power of awareness, and then the front and back seats of awareness, and then balancing act between awareness and thought, and mindfulness practices, and the ripple effect of decision making, and also daily habits of heightened awareness, then challenges in staying aware, and impact on personal growth, and conscious thought in relationships, mind body connections, and cultivating a mindful lifestyle, so on and so forth. Okay, what it is I was taken, see, this week I was doing this series where I say this particular spiritual insight really inspired me. I don't, sometimes I remember sometimes I remember the source, sometimes I don't, but then that particular sentence impacted me. But then overall, several of the ancient wisdom traditions, they emphasized awareness, meaning that you are aware, and then everything happens in your awareness, thinking, feeling, memories, imagination, all that happens. If you don't have the awareness, you don't have any of those active. That is that's the fundamental thing that we have to understand. People think we are only thinking beings, but not really aware of the awareness itself. So I always talked about people first being aware and then having thought. That means conscious thought. Think intentionally, think purposefully, and then really be here and now. I emphasize that quite a bit in my wellness club, Mirza, because I want people to be living their days full. That's why in the morning, if you can emphasize, like, I'm going to be aware, I'm going to be in the present, you have more chance of being like that through the day. See, otherwise we get caught up in the network of our thoughts, and we are never aware of what's going on within us and outside of us, unless something crisis comes. So razor's edge, they call, once you are on that kind of it, then you'll be very aware. You suppose you're walking on a narrow path of mountain, and if you are not aware, you're going to fall down. So you'll be more aware of that way. So that kind of thing, So let me see what you guys think. Kate and Mirza, anything you want to say?
Well, hi. First of all, I'm real surprised you're in Iowa, and that kind of delights me. I'm in Nebraska,
Uh-huh.
which is next door,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm also on Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
So it makes it easier, and I want to read your whole thing first.
Sure.
That would help me know you more.
Sure, sure.
So what I would like to do is I left my email, and I have to find my password, which would take, because it's been a while.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is find out. I want to read what you wrote, because it's kind of, if you don't mind, and then next time you come back, I hope to be able to be there, because I'm sorry, sometimes this is not a good thing about me, but I think it's also very American, and that is not always good American. But when I hear your voice, I always assume that you're not here. And nobody's in Nebraska and Iowa thinking help it.
No, I've been in
the weather.
I've been in Iowa since 1995. So
Now you've been there since. That's good.
Yeah, 1995.
You do know the weather.
Yeah, very much. No problem. I was in Nebraska, so we came there for something one time. We visited Nebraska too. So it's neighbor state in.
It's beautiful country.
Yeah.
It's not mountainous. But Iowa has got more hills.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. Yeah. So I want to read what you sent.
Yeah. I just pinned that article on top here, and if you want to read, you can read there too.
Well, all right. Then I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you can go to the LinkedIn. There are other articles. I don't number of them. You can enjoy them, and you can communicate also if you wish to. Okay. So Mirza, tell me, what do you think about the topic?
I like the topic.
Okay.
I am not. My background is coaching in mental health and addiction. I mean, I work in those areas. Yeah. So it's like I am very interested in what you wrote. And actually, I would be better off getting off the phone and paying attention to what you wrote, so I get to know you better instead of looping around in my head. And I like what you said about consciousness very much. So thank you. I'll be back. Goodbye. Okay. I'm going to hang up and go. But because it's too hard, because I get pulled into listening.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I will be here only for 45 minutes to 1 hour usually. And the people come and then they ask me some questions, or they listen and they go. So anyway.
Now, I've heard some of yours, and I've enjoyed them. I don't always talk.
Yeah.
I don't always go on when I have a few live ones I go to.
Yeah.
And also when I lost, someone stole my Facebook. And another country stole my Facebook, and so I lost a lot of my normal what do you call them, apps. But anyway, is it Mirza?
Mirza. Yeah.
Okay, Mirza. So nice meeting you. I'm too busy.
Yeah.
Excited. Somebody actually is in Iowa. So, are you by Iowa State?
College? I'm near the Iowa State, but not in Iowa State. I'm in Clinton. That is in the east.
I know.
Coast.
I have no idea where Clinton is. Can you tell me the biggest city?
Quad Cities.
Okay. Well, that's only about, I think, maybe 2.5 hours or 3 hours from here, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice meeting you, and I will continue reading. And you've got other things, but wait, I want your other things too. Hold on. I'm going to go to you and get those other things.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So, Mirza, tell me, what do you think about it?
I believe me, I will. And if you have a place to write.
Yeah, you can communicate with me on the LinkedIn message. That will be good.
Okay. Well, that would be easier because I get yeah, I've got to be going to the store and I've got a lot of things that are coming. But I will. I'm just glad to meet you and that you know you're in Iowa. So because I have a lot of friends in Iowa. So anyway, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to shut my.
Okay, so the article mainly about how we are generally. Uh, Generally, we are up and immediately get into the stream of thinking. Thoughts come, right? Just we just jump into that, and then we keep our minds busy, one thing after other, and then we are going on thinking, deeper thinking, and all that. And that has become too much thinking lately because of the information overload. So I was talking about this to many physicians and nurses who are burnt out and who are asking me for some kind of help of all the noise and all the chatter. Everything has become too much, and then they're having headaches, they're having sleep problems, they're having problems with coping with so many things around their life, right? So I always told them, you got to have a handle on this thinking within yourself, so that you don't have to, react to every thought that is coming into you, and you better have control of that rather than. But you cannot really suppress thought or cannot indulge in thought continuously. You got to give it a rest. People may enjoy music, people may enjoy books, people may enjoy movies and all that, but that is temporary. Sometimes these days has become so bad because we have the phone, and with the phone all our work and everything follows us. People don't have a chance to really let it go unless they go to a vacation, right? So that's why I was always talking about how you can have this, And I have great insights from the ancient wisdom uh, through yoga, through Ayurveda, through Vedanta, or studying other traditions. I came to understand what is meant by mind, or is there a mind at all, or only a bunch of thoughts? And then there's this important thing about awareness. Thinking is one thing, awareness is where thinking happens. But we kind of step out of that awareness and jump into the bandwagon of neural networks like within us, right? And then we go on feeding that continuously, and we never get out of that vicious circle of network of thought. Okay. But when you get up in the morning, the first thing, first few seconds, you may not have any thoughts, or you may be carrying something that you dreamt of, or something like that. But if you really look at it, if you take a few seconds, you are aware, awake, alert, and there are no thoughts like that. But the thoughts, once they start, they go on pretty quickly because you have worried yourself like that, right? The more you are thinking all the time, the more those things come up. But if you learn how to really stop the thoughts and then be aware, which you are already, just be in your natural awareness state, at least for a while. Like this, suppose you wake up, from the moment you wake up till the stream of thoughts come to you, if you can maintain that a few seconds, few minutes, that will be wonderful. Okay, that's a test also, actually, how uh, really calm you are, how you can use thought consciously and purposefully, meaningfully. all depends upon how much you are established in your natural awareness. So one of the CEOs who was working with me in Clinton, she had this problem of continuous chatter of her mind going in the morning, in the evening. So she was not able to sleep at all. So that's a phenomenon with a lot of my doctor friends also, right? With all the people who are working with information nowadays. Uh, I told her two tests. One is in the morning when you get up, how much you are aware of your room, your weather, your live plants, and all that. And then after you look at all of them without really judgment, without really having any thoughts, and then you can delay that gap between the waking up and the onset of the thoughts. If you can prolong that, like it is for a few minutes, it will be wonderful. That was one test. Other test is when you go to bed, can you really have a kind of reconcile all the thoughts that were happening from morning till evening and put them some reflection and then say this is important, this is not important, and then have a plan for that. And then if they are not important, dump them right away. But if they are important, write them down and then dump them. But for the night, you want to sleep on an empty mind or a positive mind as much as possible. Most of the people cannot have the empty mind. That takes a lot of experience, a lot of understanding of thought process and all that. But that's okay, you know. But then you go to sleep with an empty mind or a positive mind is good for you. Okay. So we always tell, don't go unhappy, don't go angry to the bed and all. That's very true, you know. So these two tests in the morning when you get up, if you can have a delay between the onset of thoughts and your awakening time, that will be good. In the evening, put all the thoughts to rest so that you can really be there, resting comfortably without any. So that's what I was hoping to bring this to the article. Hopefully, everybody will read the article and go through it, and we will see. Okay. Uh, This article has subsections which I did not publish there, but the subsections will tell wherever the article discusses, we are going to delve into a lot of these things. That is an expanded article that will be published too, so that people can read them also. But basically, I just want to initiate the whole discussion. That's why I published this article. Okay, very important one to improve our mental health and so to really improve our physical health and also to get our productivity go up. A lot of activity will be like that, and also you should be able to do all sorts of uh, energy saving, and also you should be able to accomplish your goals better, and you will not be suffering from the information overload, brain fog, and all these things. Okay, so it has got so many components there in that article, you know. So if you can basically be aware and then think about things as they are there, and you can bring the past lessons, but don't go and live in the past. You can bring the all the planning you are doing, but don't hang up on the goals, but do the process properly with complete concentration and um, complete uh, attention, right? Pay attention to everything that you do. So this is an article of significance if you really understand it, and if you employ this technique, I think you'll be very happy. Then you are playing with children, you'll be completely immersed in. You have the joy. If you are taking a walking, you will be completely immersed in walking. If you are eating, you will be like that. So you can make daily things full of awareness, rather than mechanical, where you are doing the thing but you are thinking something else. That's exactly what I'm saying you shouldn't be doing. So as you participate more and more in life, that is in the present moment, with awareness, and you also will be aware of your mental patterns, you'll be aware of the goals that you are striving for, or you also can see whether you are doing things according to the values. See, if you can understand all that, then out of that comes the real satisfaction, and also really well lived life with fulfillment. So there's so many things involved in that. I hope people will read and then come back to me with any questions around all that. Okay. So I will stop here and see whether anybody has questions, and they can come up and ask me about it. Otherwise, I'll be expanding this article in the second part of this article, where some sections are to be explained to them. They will be there, and then you can read the whole thing that way. Okay, but important thing is, how do you bring this about? That's where you want to focus on. How can you be aware and then not be led by the thinking coming to me? Because that is happening because you made it a habit to think like that. So they form their own patterns of thinking, which are fortified by you unconsciously thinking and allowing yourself to be thought like that. And those thinking patterns will be submerged in your subconscious, and they will come when you are not really aware, and you are having the mental fatigue. Okay. Mental fatigue and awareness, they do not match. Okay, if you are aware, you will not have the mental fatigue. That's a big thing. You will not be spending a lot of energy in that circular thoughts we talk about. The same thought comes, the same thought comes, and the more you repeat, the more it becomes ingrained in our brain. So it comes up. It's a common sense, really. So I have spoken about this article. I explained my philosophy, and then if you really interested in deeper discussion, then next day we are going to talk about it. You can discuss all that. Okay. One of the things I heard about this awareness is the ancient Indian wisdom, where they say, yeah, you have the body, yeah, you have the mind, but they are independently, they're not entities apart from you, they are part of you, and those are tools that you own them. So don't identify with something that's not really you. Okay, what is really you is this awareness, and that's where the biggest finding of any ancient things you take. They talk about you have an inert body and the recurring mind, the thoughts and all that, but they both are not animated unless you have this consciousness. So that's a little bit different from modern thinking of consciousness is born in the mind, only mind projects that. No, no. First there is consciousness, and then the body and mind happens to it. So you are the real owner, awareness, and you have the tools of the body and mind as tools for you. So once you understand, you can separate them a little bit, not identify them with so much. That helps you with the mental processes for the psychosomatic illness. So a lot of times you won't aggravate your own illness by engaging your mind into fear, suspicion, all those things, right? You will say, okay, I have this, but I'm not going to make it worse by my own mental reactions. It's a significant thing for a physician also. And the same thing with body also. Okay, so these are all very important findings of ancient wisdom. They said, first of all, you know who you are. You are this awareness. You are this consciousness. Out of that, you have this body and mind come through and they go through the life. But the moment you remember who you are, it's much easier to lead the life. Okay. Otherwise, all sorts of problems will come. That's a very big finding in the ancient wisdom. So I'm sure many people are aware of this. Then consciousness is something that modern scientists are working. They're pretty close to accepting for the ancient view. They're coming there, but that's they call it a hard problem of consciousness, where they say the inert body and this changing mind. How is that animated by the what happens at the physical level? That kind of thing. That is the hard problem of consciousness. They are investigating now. Okay, so think about this, be aware, and then think, and think purposefully, meaningfully, and end the thoughts after they are done. That way you can sleep on an empty mind, sleep on a positive mind. Okay. All right, I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.